We're actually waiting on two more people. There's a whole line of people waiting to get in. Nothing makes me happier. You guys okay? And seats along the side. Nothing makes me happier than to see a cinema this full. I have seen this movie. I'm so excited for you. Has anyone here seen the movie? I know there's a few people who've seen it more than once. I'm so excited for you on many, many levels. I hope, like me, you really knew nothing about the story. I knew nothing about the story. This is a big Hollywood movie. These are the kinds of movies that everyone's saying Hollywood doesn't make anymore. But when you have a filmmaker like Jim Mangold, and if you're smart, then you just say yes. And it's just so refreshing to see an original story made with huge scope. All the action that you're going to see, particularly towards the end, the car races, you're going to smell the petrol, it's very visceral, and you have a cast that is extraordinary. I think Matt and Christian, two of the best actors going around. I think they're at the top of their game. Tracy Letts, it's an amazing cast across the board. But really, I just wanted to be here today to introduce, and don't come up yet, to introduce Jim, because this is Jim Mangold, I think, also at the top of his game. His parents are here today. Well, nice to see you guys. And Erica. I met Jim. He gave me a start. One of my early breaks in Hollywood, I'd done a movie called X-Men, and I was getting sent a lot of movies that seemed to have surly, tough guy characters getting into a lot of fights. And the first person to really offer me anything outside of that was Jim Mangold. It was a romantic comedy called Kate and Leopold. We made that movie in we have some romantics here. Good. To the year 2000, we have since made two movies since. There's also a bunch of movies that Jim has helped me on that he doesn't get a credit for. And people should know that, actually. Not only me, there are many, many filmmakers who call on Jim, and studio executives who call on Jim for his guidance and his wisdom at various points in a cut of a movie, whether they're stuck or whether they're just about to lock and want to make sure Jim is one of those people you call, because he is one of the few directors, I think, in our business that just traverses genres seemingly at will, every time making movies that resonate, that have incredible performances that are so indelible. Walk the Line, Copland, Girl Interrupted, 310 to Yuma, and then he can go on to make something like Logan, which, yes, is a superhero movie, but we premiered at the Berlin Film Festival, and I think that's because of someone like Jim. He has an ability to make big movies have the heart of an independent movie. Movies, I'm glad there are kids. This movie will appeal to everybody. I've only been in one fight with Jim in the 17 years I've known him. We had one argument. I was in Australia driving. He was in LA late at night, and I was being a complete pain in the neck about the script on Logan. And I remember it very, very well, but I'm not going to tell you all the details, but I do remember the very last line, which was Jim saying to me, "Hugh, just trust me." And thankfully, I took that advice. I trusted him. That movie to me meant so much because it was the last time I would wear the claws, and that's why I was being a pain in the neck. But I did choose to trust Jim. In fact, if any of you get a chance to work with him, I would give you the same advice. And you're going to feel that in this movie today. You're in not just safe hands, you're in hands that are going to take you to a world that you may never have been in, to see characters and storylines you may never have been in, but it's something about it is going to resonate and connect with you. Jim, to me, is one of the great filmmakers alive today. I often think of certain filmmakers where I think, oh, thank God these people are making movies. Jim is one of those. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenplay. I believe the first person or the first film in the superhero genre to get that nod. I may be wrong there, but I was thrilled he got that, because what a lot of people don't know about Jim is that he co-writes a lot of the stuff, and whether he's credited or not. And anyway, I just wanted to say, mate, I'm so proud of the work you've done on this. It is my honor and thrill. I'm a little pissed off you didn't cast me in the movie, but I just want to say you are going to love today, and stay out there, close the door. He's one of the most underrated directors in our business, and to me, it's a travesty that he has never been nominated. And I saw this movie and I was like, I think this might be his shot. I hope you're not listening to this because he'll hate me saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Mangold.
Thank you. How do you even play a movie after that introduction? It's only downhill from there. I'm going to keep it real simple, and we're going to roll the movie. But I first want to thank my dear friend Hugh for coming out and introducing. He's shooting right now, traveling to Louisiana, coming back every weekend, and he took time to do this, and that's just beautiful to me. He's a dear friend, as well as obviously a lifetime collaborator on movies, and in many ways, this movie is about exactly that. But those of you who are into race cars, you're going to get what you want. I'm not really into motorsports. So those of you who are not, actually feel buoyed that you're actually in the hands of someone who's bringing you there with the same skepticism that you're walked in with. My angle on the movie always, and on this story when I discovered it, was the story of these friends, of these characters, unique characters in American life, and also just the connections they had to one another. And the way it clicked with me, and you'll probably see this, those of you in the movie business, is also that so much of the struggle that these fellas have trying to get the right car on the road, convincing Ford, the movie really should be called Ford versus Ford in many ways, convincing Ford to let them get the right car the right way onto the track is so much like what we all go through with ideas we have, trying to get movies made through the studio system. And, well, all of you know what it is. And I think you'll see the parallels. The only difference is that at least directors don't tend to die making movies, but when we fail, we disappear. And so we all know the cruelties of our business are also brutal as well. So with that in mind, the friendships that we make doing what we do, making movies, are also what I had in mind when I made this, because in so many ways, just like with you, I ran into Joaquin coming back from Europe 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen him. He was in Walk the Line, another movie I made a few years ago, and hadn't seen him in 8 years. The connections you have with the people you work with closely, you make something with the collaborators you have, or connections that you never lose, even if you're apart for a long time, because you all went through something brutal, insane, and something where you're also in each other's hands. When I make a movie with you, or any of these guys, or anyone else, I'm in their hands, and they're in mine, and whether we rise or fall, it will be together. And the movies that generally fail are the ones where people aren't trusting one another. With that said, here's a movie about friendship and also cars. Thank you very much.